I mean, if you're a woman, and particularly if you're a good-looking woman like this whole panel, I mean, the views and the instant audience that you can get on YouTube is so powerful. And I mean, it just is what it is. You know what I mean? It's harder for, I mean, you had a huge name, but I mean, it's harder for, guys like us maybe to get the views, you know?
I only make it on YouTube when I've said something that's been re-edited to sound awful.
We're going to change that for conservative media. We're going to be a YouTube star.
They post it, and it makes me sound, oh my God, I can't believe any human being would say that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Ellie, we met at a conservative young Republican event and stuff like that, and somehow we got hooked up with Facebook, and like within, as you know, all you professionals, within seconds you could tell that she had to sell. You know what I mean? And because she believes it, she feels it, and she'll speak it. So I wasn't surprised going back in the room, fire away.
Well, we have to hear from people that lived it, because the thing is, there might be people in this room who think it's hyperbole, right, that when we say that this is where we're headed. I don't think it's where we're headed. I think we're there. Mm-hmm. I think we're 75 to 80% there. It's been snuck up on us over many years. This isn't necessarily one administration or one party, but we are at the brink of people signing our sovereignty away, and the environmental thing is nothing but global redistribution as well.
Oh yeah.
It has nothing to do with greener grass and bluer oceans. It is simply a way to tax developed countries to pay for underdeveloped countries.
And ration.
And ration. And it is, the death care and all that, and the death panels. I can tell you, having read both versions of HR 3200, that is the intent, is to depopulate this planet.
Yeah,
it is to kill off your parents. That's not a joke. Sarah Palin wasn't lying. I've read it. They do not want to keep old people around.
Well, or disabled, and I think that was another reason why the attack of the liberals on the disabled, Sarah Palin's child, or if it's Obama's comment about the special limits, whatever it is, they have no respect for life.
No, liberal women really don't understand how she did have an abortion. It makes them crazy, because deep down inside they know that they have the maternal instinct of wet mayonnaise for saying that she should have been forced to have an abortion. Because when there's, and I'm not a pro-life nut. I'm pro-choice and a Republican, because I basically think the wedge issues have driven a wedge in our party. And I don't really care what goes on in someone's bedroom, and I don't care about gay marriage. I don't care. I don't want to hear about it. My country is suffering. I care about the economy. I care about everything else. But for people to be obsessed with killing a retarded child is scary to me, that we've come to that point where they're angry that she didn't kill that baby. Scary. Isn't it scary to you? It's horrifying.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it's everything that, for example, the radical founders of Planned Parenthood believed.
Right.
Absolutely. Margaret Sanger believed that.
She was nutso, and this is exactly what she believed. So it is scary, because this has been beneath the surface all these years. We never really knew people believed that. Mm-hmm. And Sarah Palin comes on the scene, and boom, Jack pops out of the box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're angry that she brought a retarded child into the world, or a Down syndrome child into the world. They're mad at her. She's not a good person. And yet you see her with that baby, and there's so much love between them.
Total love, and that's the beautiful message, and that's probably just another reason why they just.
They're just spinning. I liken them to literally frothing dogs. I mean, they're foaming at the mouth.
I like the mayonnaise analogy better.
Wet mayonnaise. I couldn't think of anything more. Just repugnant.
We'll stop it at that. It's a family show. Hey. See? Let's talk about how to get started, right? Where do you start? Do you do it yourself, or do you hire a pro like Conservative Media? And if we haven't, we already talked to some of you guys have gone in and out, whatever, but we're one of the biggest and fastest growing conservative new media channels out there. We kind of were like Rush Limbaugh for the net in terms of trying to do an audience. We would love to be. Obviously, he's just so far out in the stratosphere. And Carl Rove and David Axelrod, consulting with candidates telling them how to do different things, actually doing messages for them, doing all the type of stuff. And within 8 short months, we have almost 4 million views. We have almost 4,200 subscribers. We've blown doors on all of Pundit, who's backed by Michelle Monk and all those kinds of people. And there's really only like a small handful of people that are ahead of us. And it's was done on all my money. And we're about to take it to a whole different level. And hopefully this is just the beginning. Define goals, budget, and timeline. And you got to start today with something. That's what Sharice was saying. You know, she just woke up and she got this message and this feeling, and just do it. Just do it. And maybe it's you start with a Facebook. Maybe you start with a MySpace. Maybe you start with a video. Whatever it is, and how you start. And let's talk about that. We know Sharice started with a video. Brian, how did you get started with the new media? What was your start?
Well, in all of this, I mean, you guys all know, whether it be producing the videos, whatever you're doing, you just got to take the first step. You got to try it, and knowing along the way you're going to make mistakes, and your first one's not going to be very good, but you got to try it. And all of these new mediums require a certain amount of expertise, which just comes with practice. You don't go out and golf the first time and shoot par. It takes years. So it's the same with any endeavor, especially one that involves the arts, and new media is an art. You just got to go out there and give it a shot. Try it. Maybe it won't work for you right off the bat. Maybe you really want to understand what you're doing, but you just got to give it a whirl. Because there are voices out there. And you know, I'm looking at the three of you on this panel. Before I leave, I want to get your cards, because I want you to start contributing to my radio show, for crying out loud.
I told you, Brian, it was going to be good.
It is. This is great stuff, but you just got to give it a whirl.
Here's the thing. Here's what I looked at on Facebook. I have 5,000 friends. If I tell and I'm crazy because I'll sit there and be working all day, and then I will post all day, and I'll post articles and videos and everything, because the only thing we have is education and each other. And so if there are 5,000 people on my Facebook page and they have 5,000 friends, and the next guy has 5,000 friends, and the next guy has 5,000 friends, then over time, there's just a numbers game of information getting out. You can't deny the numbers. That's the only way I see us doing this. And I do a lot of talk radio because, you know, people ask me, but and they tell me that I need to take...
You give great analogies like wet mayonnaise. I mean,
the guy that I do a lot of it for tells me to take my blood pressure pills first.
No, take them after. It's better to take them after.
Because I usually spin out. But yeah, I mean, Facebook's a great way to start, at least. Yeah. If you're not going to make a video of yourself.
Definitely silence.
What? Oh, yeah.
Who's the new person on the end?
We're joined by Mark Gelati, Director of Business Development for My Powwow. They're a technology partner of ours.
I was like,
thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And so, go ahead.
Okay. So in a minute we're going to, this kind of goes along with the entire discussion we've been having about new media and videos and how we communicate. What iPowwow is basically is, I'm sure we've all seen Frank Luntz do those focus groups, right? What my company does is we do that on the web, and we wrap around any video. So we're able to take a second-by-second pulse of what people are feeling and what they think.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it really is. It's incredible technology. And really what it creates is a two-way conversation, right? So the candidate or Sharice or anybody that has video out there communicates that way, they can get instant feedback, number one. Number two, they can capture emails through validation, and I'll show you that as well. So we're encouraging people to vote. You validate with your email address. It also is a revenue generator. They can pay, you know, people pay $1.75 to vote on American Idol. If they're a loyal fan of yours, they'll pay $1, $1.50, $2 to vote on your latest video. Right. So it really kind of, and we also have, as well, you'll see our town hall meeting set up. So let's say Barack Obama does a speech, God forbid, another one. And so we put it out there.
Is it a historic speech? Because they're all historic.
They're historic.
They're all historic.
Well,
unprecedented.
Unprecedented.
Like everybody else.
I think we had 3 speeches that are unprecedented and historic, or just on race.
Everything is
Exactly.
Everything.
Exactly. And I always have to sit down when he speaks because of the chill that runs down my leg as well. So really, so this town hall meeting setup is a way to really create it's a new media, new way of doing things, which is we take the latest news clip of the day or a speech or whatever, or the latest communication from a politician, put it up there, and then people are also able to post their thoughts. So it's video blogging as well.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. We got connected on Facebook, and Mark's a big time Republican, I'm big, and he was hitting me up, and I'm like, he's like, oh, let's talk, I got this great thing for your videos, and I'm like, when I heard about it, I'm like, you know what, this is very, very cool, and we need to get something done.
That's right.
We want to be the market leaders, we want to be we've already got a partnership that's been dropped on the press wire and all that type of stuff, and we're going to be doing some even greater, bigger, deeper things. You're going to see